I'll start with my experience. I am working with a European company and which is into engineering consultancy services and almost all verticals of infrastructure industry. So, being an international company, in addition to the local regulatory and statutory compliances, we are also, are responsible for managing some international compliances, particularly data privacy law. Being an European company, since we have a captive unit in India, and as of now, as a nation country, India is as of now the preferred location for any outsourcing work, be it not only the IT but also in all the support function, including the engineering services, and we are also providing the same. So right now, the one of the challenges, just to provide your services, you may have access to the personal data of the EU resident. And if that's the situation, then you are under an obligation to comply with the data privacy law. And the one of the challenge what I'm facing, unfortunately, we are not having any data privacy law in India as of now. But when you are having a kind of any contact with any supplier, let me talk about my experience when I was having a one contract negotiation with Air India for a corporate tie-up, and it was pretty much difficult to negotiate on the data privacy clauses because not everybody is so aware and why it is needed, and just generally get confused between the data privacy agreement and the confidentiality agreement, and these two different things. And this is the one aspect. The second, and I think recently, I think we have also heard about that the Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook, has been fined with 1.2 billion euro. The penalty in under GDPR is 20 million euro or 4% of global turnover, whichever is higher. So in any way, if data protection authority has a reason to believe that there's a data breach or you have compromised the compliance under the data privacy law, you are going to pay at least 20 million euro. And we have a case in hand recently where Meta has been slapped fine with the 1.2 billion euro by the Ireland Data Protection Authority. This is the one part. The second thing, I think we should also be mindful of what is happening around, globally. Ever since the inception of this Ukraine and Russia war, there's a lot of international sanction and the restriction on export control. There's a recently, in March 2022, there was a regulation, one circular was issued by a European Union. It says that you can't use Russian steel in your project. So I think being a consultant, engineering consultant, I may not have the knowledge of what kind of steel is being used by the EPC contractor, and banning them under an obligation. Okay, you will not use this particular material. I think I may not have rights to say so. So these are one of the challenges as far as our international, the work is concerned. Since we are an engineering consultant, I think we are also be mindful our engineering solution should not be contrary to any environment laws. We should be mindful. So I think right now there's a lot of focus on the sustainable project. Being a human being, we are lawyers definitely, but still being a human being, I think we have missed out any one particular compliance. So we may not 100% confident, okay, whatever the policy and process are handling the compliance, what we are, practicing in our company, which is robust enough, which can give a surety that, okay, you are compliant enough and nothing is missed out. I have experienced that whenever we are having a contract with our client, they are asking, they are putting one contractual obligation on us. Periodically the service provider will submit a compliance certificate. And in case if we look at the wording of the certificate, it is too wide. It is covering everything. So and just issuing that certificate under the signature of managing director, or even a company secretary who was the KMP, it is a big risk. It may backfire in case something goes wrong. So there are a lot of challenges. I think we should. So these are the main challenges what I am facing, and there are a hell lot of compliances and obligation which we have to respect, we have to comply with, and I'm not sure that we have a complete overview because the quantum is very large.